Navigate to the Spectrum store. Okay, we told it to go to the Spectrum store. We put it in full self-driving. It sees a car on our left, so it can't go. And now it sees we're clear, and we go. The blue tether is what tells you that we're in full self-driving. If I take off full self-driving, you see the tether turns gray. So when the tether is blue, which should be all of our drive, we're on full self-driving. Full self-driving supervised version 12.5.6.3. We make our left turn safely. Okay, so we're on full self-driving, like I said, in a Tesla Model 3 all-wheel drive 2024. And we're heading to the Spectrum store, which is inside a shopping center. And the car has 7 cameras, 2 in the front, 2 in the side facing front, and 2 on the side facing rear, and 1 rear camera. And then there's an 8th camera inside the car looking at me, making sure that my eyes are on the road so that I am supervising the full self-driving, because this is not an autonomous car, cannot drive by itself. It can drive with a supervisor in the driver's seat so that, should it be required, I can take control and avoid any issues. But hopefully there won't be any issues to avoid. There almost are none. Okay, so we're getting on Interstate 95. This map up here in the corner is showing us a portion of our route. We can see the entire route here, but we'll get into that stuff later. Okay, let me put on the cameras so you can see what's going on. That's the rear camera. This is looking left, and you can see there's a car right there. And it waited for the car to pass and then gets in. Okay. So, this is our full route into this shopping center up here. And okay, the Tesla decided it wants to go around this car going slower ahead of us. Well, decided it really wasn't worth it to go past it, so it's coming back over in anticipation of our right lane exit coming up in 4/10 of a mile, as it says over here. Okay, puts on the signal. This shows you, if it may have the right signal on, that shows you the right camera looking rear, and if I have the left signal on, it shows you the left camera looking rear. Or I can put on both cameras looking rear, left and right, plus the actual rear camera. I'm not touching the pedals or the wheel or doing anything that affects the car's driving. Should I will tell you. Okay, so this is our route over here. This is our full route. You can see the shopping center that we're going to go into. And like I said, if we put on the left signal, we see the left camera facing rear, and if I put on the right signal, we see the right camera facing rear. I've been driving on full self-driving version 12.5 for 2,300 miles now. I use it not virtually every drive. I use it on every drive, and 95% of my driving is done with full self-driving. I just find it more convenient and safer. That's because the 7 cameras that the car has looking at the outside surroundings are 24/7. They're looking around all the time. I can only look in one direction at a time. It can look in 360 degrees all the time. and that's why one of the reasons why it's much safer. We're heading to the Spectrum store, as it shows here. All right, the light turns green. Safely get around. The car is going to get into the right lane, anticipating our, there's a right fork up ahead that avoids the traffic circle and just sends us on our way to the right. I'm going to just change this to forward facing. Okay. Now it's a heads up display facing straight. You can see that we're going to go straight after that traffic light that's up ahead. And then we're going to make this right fork. The car is monitoring me. There's a camera inside above the rear view mirror, and it's watching my eyes to make sure that I'm looking at the road. I can look aside for a short period of time, but if I'm staring down at the screen on my phone or doing something bad, it knows that. And it warns me, hey, look at the road. Okay, we go around this car, making a right turn. Here's our right fork. Okay, we're going to have to merge over to the left. Signal is on. You can see a car there, but it's way far back, so that's fine. The car safely maneuvers over. And we have 7/10 of a mile to get into our right turn. Let me talk a little bit about the parking lot that we're going to go into. It's a mall. It's an outdoor mall called the Avenue here in Vieira, next to Melbourne. And the Tesla is not fully geared to parking lots yet. That'll be in the next major release coming next month. But it still does parking lots very well, and it's interesting because it's tight maneuvering, and it just shows that the car is very capable under an extreme set of circumstances. Beautiful day here in Florida. It's just 80 degrees. 1:19 in the morning on a Sunday. Okay, get into the right turn, and now we're turning into the mall parking lot. And we'll let the car snake around. Remember again that we're not fully approved for parking lots, but I'm supervising the car. I've been here before, so I'm confident. Okay, the car waits for the driver who was at the stop sign first. Happened to be a policeman, so why not let him or her go? All right, gets over into the left lane, makes a full stop. Okay, waiting for traffic to subside. Coming from the right, they have a stop sign, so we go. Okay. My foot is over the brake and my hand is near the wheel, so should anything happen, okay, we're maneuvering past this car very safely and appropriately. I see the Spectrum store in the distance there. You can see we're going to curve around. Okay, we're at the stop sign. It's always looking both ways, so it knows we're clear. Okay, going appropriately slow in a mall parking lot. Of course, you have the option of driving manually or autonomously or supervised autonomously. I'm not suggesting this is what you would do, but I'm just showing you that the car is able to do a host of difficult things. There's the Spectrum store. I see there's a parking spot. Well, it's a handicap spot, so I won't do that. But there's no parking spot. So I disengaged because I thought I was going to park. Let's park over here just to show you. So I'm going to come over here and tell the car to park there. So it's got its right signal on, telling people that we're about to park. Again, I'm not touching the wheel or the pedals or anything. Okay, there was a car okay, and we're parked. Okay, now I'm going to tell the car to go to Costco. So we'll navigate to Costco, put the car in drive, engage full self-driving. We'll tap the accelerator to tell it that we're ready to go, and it carefully comes out. Hopefully we'll have some pedestrian interactions like this woman over here. You can see we've got her pegged on the screen, and the car sees that she's not going to interfere with us anymore, so we proceed through safely. Hopefully we'll get some more. Okay, there are some more pedestrians coming across. And the car stops at the stop sign but waits for the pedestrians to cross. And we safely proceed. I don't even know how to get out of the mall. That's why I like to use full self-driving, because it gets me places. Okay, it sees this car coming and we stop for it. And it decides to go a different way. Okay. It's very confused now, but like I said, parking lots is not fully supported, but we'll just let it wind its way through. Okay, there's a car coming, so that's another good interaction here. And we safely go through. Good, more pedestrians. So we want to go left, but it's not going to go when the pedestrians are there. Plus there's a car over there. You can see the pedestrians here. Okay, there's another car coming on our right. More pedestrians here. Another car coming. Another car. I can't see the cars coming from the right, but the car can. There's trees, and the A-pillar of the car is blocking my view, so Tesla can see it. Okay, it's negotiating with these cars, lets the first one go through. And safely navigates all this. This guy ahead of us doesn't know what he's doing, but the Tesla handles it appropriately. Okay, so we're proceeding. We'll stop at this stop sign here. Wait for the cross traffic. Well, we got here first, so we should go, but he's going, so there you go. What are you going to do? And we could have picked either of these two lanes. Tesla chose the right one. Maybe because there was less cars in it, maybe not. Not for me to question. As long as the car is driving safely and smoothly. And so we have a left arrow. So that means it's safe to turn, but of course we're still monitoring all the traffic as we turn. Excuse me. So we want to go straight through, so we're going to go around the traffic circle like that. And we safely go through the traffic circle. And heading to Costco, which we will get there, it says 6 minutes, 3 miles. It's going to take us around the back of the store. Enter that way. I'm not fussy about the route it takes. I would make the left turn and go in the front of the store, but I don't care. I'm just relaxing, supervising the car, and if it wants to go through the back of the store, that's okay with me. As long as we end up in the right place. Okay, I'm going to probably drive manually in the parking lot, although if I see some good pedestrian interaction potential, I'll probably engage full self-driving. We'll play it by ear. But for now, well, you see the blue tether, so we've been in full self-driving the whole time. I haven't touched the wheel or the pedals. I touched the pedal once to speed up the car a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'll let it keep driving, although it's going to, it knows our destination is here. So I'm just going to go cancel the trip, end the trip, and now just tell it to full self-drive, so it should go straight. And let's see how it interacts with these pedestrians. And there's a car coming out from the left. So all good interactions to show you how well the Tesla does in these circumstances. And the thing to remember is that the software is only going to get better. So this is the worst it's going to be. So the car nicely avoids these pedestrians very slowly and sweeping around. Okay, it wants to make a left here. I'm just going to let it. And let's see what it does with these cars. Okay, so we're going to go around this guy, put on its flashes. Thank you, sir. Okay, and I'm going to tell it to navigate home. So now it has a place it wants to go. Okay, there's a stop sign here. Another Tesla. Goes out the exit. Full stop. That's required by law. Can't do a rolling stop. And both sides are clear, and we go. If personally I want to be in the left lane now, I can just hit the signal and tell the car to get into the left lane. There's a car blind spot indicator here, so it gets over to the left lane once it's safe. And now I'll tell it to get back into the right lane, just as a demonstration for you. So I signal to the right, and the car says, oh, you want to go right? I'll check and make sure it's safe, and I'll get into the right lane for you. And that's something that I find to be the most dangerous thing, is changing lanes on the parkways and highways. And doing it with full self-driving on is much safer because it can see the cars that are in blind spots and all kinds of things. All right, I'm going to take over here. I'm going to tap the brake to disengage full self-driving, and I'm going to make a manual right turn here. And tell the car to go home. Engage a full self-driving, and I just want to set this up for our left turn across that traffic. So now it wants to go home, so it's going to use this road because there's a cul-de-sac at the end, and it's going to make a U-turn in the cul-de-sac and come around. So U-turn is the best way for it to try and change directions. We're doing 24.3, 25 residential area. That's perfect. Okay, shows we're going to do a U-turn. We're approaching a stop sign with one lane of cross traffic, well, both directions cross traffic. So we make our full legal stop, checks both ways, there's no cars coming, and now we approach an unprotected left turn with 2 lanes of very high speed traffic, doing generally 50 miles and 55 miles an hour. I'm going to turn on these cameras just to give you more of a view as we make the turns. Okay, we make a full legal stop. We check traffic both ways, and there is no traffic, so this is a simple maneuver. And we'll get home. I find it very relaxing to drive full self-driving. Hang out with some music while I'm supervising driving, which is much easier than driving. I use it enough to be confident in what I do, how to react, and just somebody use full self-driving. That's the best thing to do, so learn how to react so they understand what to do and not. But of course, could make a mistake, that's why you're a supervised board. Somebody could come at you, but anyhow, I think it's more or less the indoor drive. So thank you for watching. I hope you'd enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next full self-driving video. You know what? I'm going to keep the video rolling because there's some foliage that we put in the street from the storm. The fronds fell down, and we'll see if the car goes around them. Right, so now I'm going to have to take over because I have to get to the left side of the lane in order for the gate to reopen. Now I'm going to engage full self-driving again. Okay, see what we did there. One car to negotiate, no problem. And when it gets to my house, it's going to want to pull over to the right, but I've got those fronds in the street, so let's see what happens. Okay, you can see it shows a blob of stuff on the street, and it goes around them.